Welcome to another episode of FOMO or Pass. I am, of course, joined by Brian Evans, and today we have Amino Rewards. Amino Rewards is a Web3 sports and health and fitness ecosystem ready to change the way we approach fitness with a Web3 twist. So welcome, Andrew. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. Thank you guys for having me, and I'm really excited to tell you about what we're doing here.
Great. So basically the premise of the show is you will have between 5 to 10 minutes. It's up to you to explain Amino the best that you can to Brian and I, and then we will flip the switch and basically start asking you questions about your project. Okay?
Great.
All right.
Okay, so before I get into the specifics of the project, I want to give a 2-minute background just on me and how we got started and how this project has evolved. My name's Andrew. I've been in the space for just over 2 years, have had a lot of success helping on marketing teams and helping out projects that have done extremely well. But I found that a lot of them are not sustainable unless you have that real business backing it. And I really feel like I've graduated from helping out stuff that's not sustainable and learning more about the blockchain and really learning about the benefits, because I strongly believe in the blockchain technology. I really think that in 5 years from now, every website, anything with payments is going to be facilitated on the blockchain to avoid KYC and credit card fees. So just been learning more and more about the blockchain and ways that we can use it and integrate it into traditional tech companies. And I believe that tokens should also work that way for longevity, where really everyone can win. So I always admit how this project started. It started off the back of the move to earn hype. We saw Step In and Step App and all of these tokens go to billions of fully diluted valuations. So the idea was to make a project called Fitcoin, which we were going to try to take it one step further as our differentiator. We were going to do move to earn, but try to reward for running and other workouts. Very happy that we saw the way that unfolded with the other move to earn, because similar to what I was saying before, I mean, we learned that that's not really a sustainable model. A lot of them are very overcomplicated, where you need NFTs. People are trying to get rich by walking, and it just causes the model to collapse. A lot of them have 2 token models, which adds another layer of complexity. So I'm very happy that I saw that, because we watched a lot of these market caps come crashing down. The hype faded. But I think that there was something really good there, that people did enjoy using the blockchain that way. It was a fun use of the tech, rewarding for steps. So we never launched that project. I took a step back and really wanted to see how we could use this and take it 5 steps further to build a real business out of this. And that's where Amino was born. So I'm going to share my screen here just to show you where we ended up going with this. Our new Amino website, it's not live yet, but I'm just going to go through it and kind of show you where we went. So Amino is a health and fitness focused customer loyalty program. Loyalty programs have been around for over 40 years. All the major companies use them. Starbucks has a loyalty program. Your credit cards have loyalty programs. We think that blockchain technology really improves this concept, because it adds fungibility to points, and there's a lot more stuff you can do with it. When you earn points from your credit card, you can usually just redeem that towards your balance, or maybe they have a catalog. Starbucks, you just put towards your coffees or whatever it is. This way, by building it on the blockchain with a cryptocurrency token, you get fungibility. So you can convert those rewards into normal points and use them on a catalog. You can exchange them to other cryptocurrencies. You can integrate to any other utility that's built on the blockchain much easier. So we have a health and fitness theme to our loyalty program, but that's the main concept of Amino. Within our ecosystem, there's many different ways to earn. So we make it extremely easy to sign up. It's free to become a member, and you can earn for participating in fitness activities. That would be like the move to earn, which I'll get into soon. But also we've partnered with many of the biggest brands on the planet to reward you for engaging with them and actually earning cash back when you shop with those brands. Just a little promo video, but we don't need to go into that. So the problem with Move to Earn, as I mentioned, is there's no real revenue stream backing that. I don't want to say a Ponzi scheme, but it works a lot like that, where you're holding back half the supply and giving out those tokens. Eventually, it's going to cause a big crash. It's not sustainable. The way that Amino works is we hold a very small percentage of the supply that we give through Amino Move for walking and running, but we accept that that's a marketing expense. The purpose of giving out those tokens is just to engage people, reward them for being healthier. But most of the rewards in our ecosystem are actually linked to revenue, which allows for a real sustainable model in business, because when we give out those tokens, we can actually buy them back and replenish so that the project's sustainable. We've already signed up over 200 merchants. Some of the headliners are Nike, Walmart, Aloe, Microsoft. Our next top targets are Amazon and Apple. They want to see a live app, which we will have in 3 to 4 months, just after the token launch. But you can actually shop with Amino Shop at any of these retailers and earn cash back. There's other programs like a Aloe or a Rakuten where you could also shop at a lot of these same retailers. The reason that people will want to use this instead of those programs is because we're a curated list of a couple hundred health, fitness, lifestyle, and tech merchants. We work specifically with some of these retailers to actually give you other offers and better deals. We're going to feature a few of them that we want to work with and actually give you more cash back through our token, which allows us to do that. As long as the rewards are linked to revenue and incentivizing you to engage with these retailers, so we can go and show that data and actually get better deals. So Amino Move is currently live in the App Store right now. This is our Move to Earn app, but we take it a step further with challenges, running feature. We actually are in the process of obtaining an LOI from Aloe Yoga, which is one of the biggest yoga companies in the world. They're going to integrate Amino Rewards into their Aloe Moves app to actually boost engagement. So the way it'll work is on the Amino Move app, you're going to have a section for partner rewards, where just another way to elevate those partnerships with our brands that we want to align with. Like imagine we were able to partner with Peloton and you can now earn tokens for completing a bike ride. And that's a conversation that we're actively having as well. So some of the stats on Amino Move, we've actually proved that people love this based on the data. We have 600,000 signups on Amino Move and 75,000 users active daily, which is a pretty amazing feat, because our whole goal of Amino Move is just to engage people, to put the shopping offers in front of them and give them those specific offers from our brand partners. We've also received a lot of testimonies from some of our users that say that they're encouraged to get their 10,000 steps in. That's the goal that we set to keep your streak and multiply your earnings. In order to get a spot on the leaderboard, you need to complete 10,000 steps to get a streak of 1 day. Some of our users have over 100-day streaks, believe it or not. And we have over 10,000 users who have an active streak, which means that over 10,000 people completed 10,000 steps yesterday with the app. So some pretty amazing data for such an early stage product. Here's just some screenshots and shows that it's available on Apple and Android. This is, well, first I actually want to get into something pretty amazing. So you can see here we have the Washington Commanders in big. We actually got approved by the NFL, which is not the biggest sports league in the world, because I would say soccer has a bigger audience, but anyone who lives in North America knows how prestigious the NFL is to work with. Extremely hard to get approval, especially to advertise there as a cryptocurrency. We actually got approval from the league to go partner with teams. So we signed a 3-year partnership with the Washington Commanders. Let me know if you guys can see this. Are you able to see it, Brian and George?
Yep.
So I just wanted to show the press release here from our partnership to show that it's not at all about shilling a token. The way that we approach this, we will never be shilling the token. It's about adding value to the business to increase revenue through bringing on people into the program and getting them to shop with us, where we actually make money because we're actually getting cash back from those retailers. If our deal with Nike, for example, is 5%, and someone spends $100 at Nike through Amino, we actually get a check for $5 from that spend, and we share that with the user. So as you can see here, it's a 3-year partnership, which really shows that we're serious about this and here to stay. And it's all about the Commanders' commitment to health and fitness and rewarding their fans. If we go back here, you can see kind of the catalog. So this is something that a lot of the other cashback programs are missing, where it goes full circle with a catalog that you can actually redeem the points for, where you get more exclusive offers and experiences. So let's go through the flow here. So if you're a fan of the Washington Commanders and you go to a game, you see the Amino ad, we have a 50-foot banner outside of their stadium and ads all over the LEDs, but we're also doing a lot more. Like we have email blasts, and I can show you tweets from their actual page to join contests. If you're a fan of the Commanders, you find out about Amino, you sign up, and then after you earn, you can actually redeem for exclusive experiences that you only get through us. If you want to go early to a game and go on the field, if you want to go to a practice, just really cool stuff. And then obviously merch.
Hey, just so you know, Andrew, you got about 30 seconds left.
Okay. So I think that pretty much covers it. Happy to answer more. I don't need to go into all of our future plans. I mean, really the focus here is to engage the users and bring in the right partners and make it fun for the members while making money. So we set up a win-win-win situation for the brands, sports teams, the users, the token holders. Everyone can win with this because there's so many ways to benefit. The last thing I'm going to say before we wrap up, just on the theme of a sustainable business, I raised funds for this company as a tech company. So that way we don't have to rely on selling tokens or generating money from the tokens. I raised as a tech company to deliver the roadmap. I found people who are bought into the vision and want to own part of this tech, and that's Amino. So yeah, thank you guys for listening, and happy to answer any questions.
Awesome. Brian, why don't you kick it off?
Yeah, and by the way, you're one of the first people that I've actually noticed a MetaMask on your browser. So you actually use the tech. So it's cool to see people actually, not
Everyone
just
everyone else is faking it.
yeah, not saying that, but it's good to see it. So just to clarify, Pegasus is the brand underneath Amino for the app. Is that right?
Yeah. Okay. So
just to make sure I got it.
Pegasus is going to be rebranded to Amino Move. The website I showed,
okay,
it's not live yet. That's why I put Amino Move. The reason it was Pegasus is because I really felt strongly I didn't want to be a move to earn. So I wanted to show that like a move to earn could just be one of the apps in the ecosystem. So it was Pegasus by Amino. But then once I saw the numbers and saw what we could do with the move to earn, I knew it had to be Amino Move for fluidity. So that's it is live right now as Pegasus. Anyone can go Pegasus by Amino in the App Store, but shortly that will be Amino Move.
Now, what does it mean, our merchants? Because, I'm obviously naturally skeptical when I see Microsoft, Nike, Walmart, and so on the same page. So what does that mean exactly?
Yeah, great question. I actually take a lot of pride in the way that we did this. If you look at a Lolly or a Rakuten, a lot of these cashback programs actually use the Rakuten network. So they're splitting their commissions with Rakuten, and it's like plug and play, and you just get a lot of the stores. We have a team who's done this before, and we actually went merchant by merchant and got approval from their affiliate team. So if you were doing your due diligence and you reached out to Nike and got in touch with their affiliate partners team and said, have you heard of Amino? They would say, yeah, we're part of the Amino Rewards program. So we have a direct contact at these retailers. We're still trying to get approval for more, but we're basically assigned a rep, and they keep up to date on our numbers, and we're going to try to negotiate better deals and more cash back as we grow this program.
Okay, no, that makes sense. And I generally really like the concept. And you mentioned, and I think having these brands associated is obviously very strong. You mentioned some kind of LOI with Aloe. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they're a very trending fashion brand now. What will that entail?
Yeah, so it is a verbal LOI for now. We expect to receive it this week.
Okay.
but we have a good relationship with them.
Or I guess like, what are you going to do with them?
Yeah. So the idea with Aloe, so Aloe has an app called Aloe Moves, which does workouts, yoga classes. And right now, if you're to use that, it's very like one-dimensional where there's no social features. There's nothing really to engage you more. And the guys running that are firm believers that they would like to gamify, and they want to first test with a more simple version through our app. And as I kind of mentioned, we're going to have a page for how to earn more rewards by engaging with partners. So you'll go to that tab. It'll say sign up for Aloe Moves, earn 1,000 AMO, for example, complete a workout class. You can do this once a day, earn another 200 AMO. So they want to collect that data and start with that. It would be a full partnership where they would be tweeting us and stuff. Like Walmart and Nike are not going to tweet us as merchants. I mean, there's not going to be a big announcement that these guys are entering Web3 with Amino, even though they are official partnerships. Aloe would be like a elevated partnership where we're finding creative things to do. And then the close is secondary. We're more focused on the Amino, on the Aloe Moves and the workout stuff, and working together there to actually help them boost their activity and get more subscribers. But we love the clothes too. I wear it all the time. So we would love to partner with them as our official merch partner and do cashback offers and special deals.
Andrew, let me ask you, I mean, you even mentioned that at the beginning, there's been apps like this, maybe not the way you structured it, but I remember, years ago, there was one called Limpo that was getting popular. I mean, right now, I think it's Steppen was popular a few years ago. I don't hear much people talk about them anymore. Like, and describe, I know, you have been describing, but like, describe at a high level why you think Amino will be different than what has come before.
I think it has a lot to do with the way we're approaching it. First of all, I have the luxury, especially the crypto ones. I've seen them all and their pros and cons, and I've watched why a lot of them have failed. And it was a lot of the things I mentioned at the beginning with the unsustainable models, giving out too much rewards, not making revenue in the right way. I mean, selling NFTs to your user base and using that money to pay rewards is not a business model, in my opinion. So a lot of it is around that, but the actual perks of the program and the culture around it and kind of our ethos and what we're trying to portray and the brands that we're aligning with and the sports teams. I mean, it's just the whole package of getting you into earn, making it fun, unique features, unique offerings, and then putting offers that you actually want. I mean, we've worked really hard to get the retailers we want, working closely with them to actually put cool offers and the sports experiences. So it really all fits together in a nice way.
And your Amino Move app, you said it was live, both Apple and Android, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And you already have 600,000 signups on there?
Yeah, most of that organic too. Like if you go on YouTube and just type in Amino Rewards or Pegasus by Amino, you'll see a lot of organic, a lot of pages who like to share. Like I think a lot of people look at it kind of like an airdrop in the sense that they want to earn the token and farm it and essentially before it goes live because they think it's an interesting project and this could be a good one. So
when did you guys actually go live? Sorry.
We've been live for just over 3 months at the beginning of the year.
So on that side, walk me through a user's experience. Where does the token come in exactly? Just to kind of dumb it down.
Yeah. So this is something that I think is much a competitive advantage over the other ones, especially because we have these huge partnerships with the sports teams that a lot of these people are not Web3 oriented. So the flow is you find out about Amino, you download the app. So for now, it's only Amino Move, but there will be Amino Shop, which you could just sign up for directly, and then we'll cross market. So we'll try to push you to Amino Move to just earn more tokens to put towards your shopping bill, essentially, or your redemptions. We make it very easy. You don't need a crypto wallet, no NFTs, just like any other app. So you sign up, you connect your step counter, you start walking, earning tokens, which are pretty much the same as points until you put them on the blockchain. So every Amino account comes with its own off-chain wallet where you're accruing these tokens. And then you can redeem right in the catalog without ever putting them on chain, without ever paying gas for one of the items or experiences. We also plan to have the Amino debit card in the future, which we already have deals lined up to make that happen, where you could actually spend your AMO anywhere where a Visa can be spent. But if you're a crypto enthusiast, if you want to hold these tokens, if you want to swap them to ETH on an exchange or BNB, you can just hit the withdraw to my MetaMask or Trust Wallet. We're actually looking to align with Trust Wallet and recommend them. But yeah, so if you aren't a Web3 user, you never even need to know that this is crypto, really.
Sure. On that side, with the token, roughly, without getting too far into the weeds, is it an inflationary token, deflationary? Is there a static number of tokens? What's kind of the model there?
It's a static number of tokens. There's no minting function. I have budgeted rewards for a buffer of a few years just to ensure that we can deliver the roadmap, because I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's a perfect model. I don't think there's such thing. I think that there's going to be a lot of trial and error to figure out exactly the best way, like how it's going to work with buying back tokens from our revenue to sustain. Like if we have to do that automated and it's happening in the minutes, or if we're doing it like at the end of the month. I mean, I think that there's going to be a bit of trial and error to get it perfect, but I know that our model is a hell of a lot better than what we've seen before, because we're literally making the revenue and have it at our disposal to buy back to sustain.
Yeah, and last thing on the token, so the users do things to generate tokens, and then they can spend them in these stores, essentially, correct?
On Amino Shop with the retailers, like if you were going to go shop at Walmart or Nike, it actually just takes you to their website, and we track your digital thumbprint. And then you come back to the Amino app after you've checked out, and you have your tokens waiting for you there.
Gotcha.
In our catalog, that's where you can actually just redeem your AMO. And we will have some special items from those retailers there, like cool tech items, and that's where the sports experiences are. But the debit card makes it possible to shop and check out at those retailers.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, where the value comes from. So the value, you're buying things on the retailers, then you get value back in the Amino token. But then if you want to then spend kind of like a circle, if you want to then spend the Amino tokens, you can, because you have the debit card. So it's a full circle of ability to use the tokens and then get more tokens.
Correct. But the way I kind of look at it, like when you earn points on your credit card, you just kind of put that towards your bill. Or if you have like air miles or something and you're earning flight points, you put it towards your flight and you pay the balance. So the way I see it is we have really cool items in the catalog, regardless of Amino Shop. And we actually get a really good deal on those exclusive to Amino members. And you're earning tokens on Amino Move. Maybe you make a few purchases, so you've accrued a balance, and then you put that towards your item. So you can still pay the difference with another crypto or PayPal or a credit card. We'll have all the payment options, but it just puts it towards your purchase.
Okay, clear.
Let me ask you, I mean, it's quite impressive that you guys already have a 3-year deal with the Washington Commanders, with the NFL in general. I saw, I mean, in your promo deck, you even had NBA on there. I'm a big basketball fan. So is that in the works? Is that like you want to target every major sports league?
It is. We would like to scale through the sports teams, because in the NFL for example, each sports team has on average 2 million fans, like real fans. So it's just a great way to scale, provides a lot of credibility. Obviously, you just mentioned it. I mean, how many crypto projects, especially ones that haven't launched, do you see releasing real partnerships where they're actually focused on enrolling members and providing value both ways? It is very expensive, obviously, to partner with these teams. I would like to focus on the NFL to start. So we have the 49ers ready to go, and that deal's all laid out. We're going to sign it in the next month, we think. Probably go live with that one after launch of the token and really start. But more info on that to follow. With the NBA is a lot easier to work with than the NFL. They're a bit more open to crypto. I mean, I was watching the Laker game last night. There's the Coinbase sign everywhere. I know they don't have a token, but NBA is pretty easy. We've been in pretty deep talks with the Phoenix Suns. Actually, our rep from the Commanders went to the Suns. So that's an easy one for us. Once you're approved, and like, I mean, Also, I mentioned that we started as Fitcoin. I changed the name from Fitcoin to Amino because I wanted it more general tech instead of coin. I think that we can position it in many different ways depending on where we're advertising, what we're trying to achieve with that partnership or promotion. So
let me ask you. Well, I think the NBA is more pro because you have the crypto.com arena. Unfortunately, you had the FTX arena, which had to be renamed again. Another project that's in the space is Chili's, right? Yeah. So Chili's also partnered up with a lot of NFL teams, I think NBA teams. I think they do things differently because for soccer, aka football, in Europe, they were actually doing like fan tokens or league tokens for each team. But then in the US, because of all the scrutiny with security tokens, I think they're just doing like rewards program. I think it's similar to what you're doing, right? Can you explain, like, are you guys doing the same thing as they are or doing things differently?
I don't see us as competing at all, except for that they're the only other one that really comes to mind advertising with the US sports teams in the way we are. Soccer is something we plan to expand to, but I want to. A lot of our focus is on North America. I think that if you try to conquer the whole world right away, we're going to fall on our face. You can still buy the token and use Amino Move globally, but I really just want to focus on onboarding the fans, and then we'll expand when the time is right. Chili's, yeah, you nailed it. They're fan tokens. We actually know them pretty well. We actually received an offer to be incubated by Chili's and launch on Chili's chain, the one that they just released. We didn't end up going for it, but I like what they're doing from a promotional standpoint. Fan tokens is something that I never plan to go into. Personally, it's not for me. I mean, I see the value in it and why people would want them and to engage on the teams that they like, but we're really focused on like the fitness and just working with the brand. So it's totally different. Yeah, there's no really shopping there. Theirs is all about fan engagement, and maybe they'll have a project like Amino. I'm sure they'll have some move to earns on their chain, but I don't think it'll be anything all encompassing like this with the relationships we have with the brands and the full package.
Awesome.
Brian, we're coming close to time. Any final questions?
I think I got a good picture of it. I think I'm good on questions.
Okay. Let me just ask one more. Andrew, you kind of briefly touched upon how some of these other projects, they resorted to selling too much. I mean, basically too inflationary. And one of the things that you guys don't have to worry about is you raise some funding already. How much? I'm just curious. How much did you guys raise so far?
So our round is going to be $4 million on the equity side, and I actually did this in a pretty interesting way. So I recognize like there's a huge opportunity here. I know it's going to take a lot of funding. I'm not greedy. I don't need to hold as much of the company as possible. I want this to work. I mean, I'm 29 years old. I know that this can really be an amazing tech company, not just a crypto project, and just so much fun to work on and set up things forever. So I've actually diluted myself heavily, and the rest of the team has as well, to raise this funding. And we are sharing the team token supply, which is vested very long term. No tokens will be released to any team members for a long time. And we've sold this vision to the investors. So they own the tech with us. If this company ever were to sell or IPO, any liquidity events, the equity holders would share in that. But we've diluted the team token supply to share with the long-term investors.
By the way, last one, how big is the team?
The team is about 5 on the core team. And then we have 2 development teams actually working in parallel, one for Amino Shop and one for Amino Move that also does the website and the catalog. The Amino Shop, one of my co-founders named Bruce Silkoff is a pioneer in loyalty. He's done this for over 30 years. He's run programs for a lot of the biggest brands like Harrah's. He's done Marriott's program. A lot of the big banks in Canada were using his white label software. He has all these relationships, and he was actually our first investor and joined as a co-founder. So really leveraging his experience here, and I hired his whole team from his old company.
Okay, awesome.
Thanks for coming on, Andrew, and explaining Amino Rewards for everyone. This is the portion of the show where we say goodbye to you, and then me and Brian deliberate whether we FOMO or pass on Amino Rewards.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Thanks. See ya.
All right.
Very cool.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew, first of all, I like him. He's very sharp. Obviously, he had a good answer for everything that we asked. I think he definitely knows his project in and out. I liked his visual, but what's more impressive is how he's able to get that NFL partnership. It looks like, you know, he mentioned about the second team, but also the fact that he mentioned like 3 months, they launched their Amino Move, only 3 months, they acquired 600,000 signups. That's like 200,000 per month. That's pretty darn good. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, and I think I wrote an article about this just recently on Rolling Stone or Cointelegraph, I think, and I'm a big proponent of loyalty programs. I think it's a great use for blockchain tech. So I think there's been a lot of companies that have tried something like this. Not the exact combination they have, but basically loyalty programs on blockchain. It's not necessarily, the concept itself is not revolutionary, but what's exceptional about this is all the partnerships they have. And when I asked them about all these, you know, and again, I'm naturally skeptical when I see all those brands, but it sounds like it's legit with all those brands. So that's the secret sauce. You got to have those partnerships with those brands, retailers, merchants to use it, right? So without that, it's essentially useless. So the fact that he has that, the fact we were talking about with the NFL and these sports teams, that's kind of what sets this one apart of other sort of loyalty programs. So that's kind of what caught my attention here, kind of as well.
Yeah, I think it was when you asked him about all those brands, I never knew that Rakuten had their network. Well, I knew Rakuten did, but I didn't know that you could just kind of like license it or lease it from them. But how they went individually to all these big names, I think that's smart. And I think he mentioned because of that, there could be different type of rewards versus what you can find on Rakuten, right?
Agreed. Yeah, and that's always the thing. It's like you see other projects where, we're working with Amazon and Apple and Nike, and then they ask Nike, and Nike's like, who are these guys? But this one sounds like they actually would pass that test, which is a big thing, and it's a legitimate partnership. So, I mean, it's impressive that number of partners on this, and that's what it takes for loyalty programs to work. You have to have that critical mass of merchants and retailers to use this ad, or there's no loyalty, there's no points because there's no loyalty to these programs. So you have to have that. But I do think it's I think conceptually this is an exceptional use case of blockchain, and I think this could replace. I think my thesis is that over the next 5 to 10 years, it's not impossible that most loyalty programs will realize that blockchain tech is going to be superior to just having a regular Web2 account, because they have this frustration and this problem and friction that they have all these people that essentially have, they owe something to, right? But with tokens, it kind of changes the whole game, and they can kind of get that off their balance sheets, so to speak, using the tokens. It's a bit easier to transact with and to use those. So I do think it's far superior to the typical loyalty model.
Yeah, we see that already. Like Starbucks, they're doing it. On Polygon. So yeah, brands. I mean, eventually they'll figure out this is just a better way of doing things. So for you, is this FOMO or pass?
I'm gonna FOMO. I think again, it's the use case and the fact that they have the partnerships with these brands. I think that's the secret sauce here. I think, not to discredit them, but anyone can kind of go with this concept, but you need those partnerships. So that's exceptional here that they were able to biz dev and to network their way to these brands. And that's potentially what it's going to set it apart. So yeah, I'll FOMO on this.
I think I will too. I mean, I was I was interested because I mentioned some of these projects that have come before and they just kind of died off, right? Like sport, fitness, rewards.
Yeah.
You know, it's been tried, but I think Andrew, you know, hit all the right points in terms of adoption, working with these retailers, these partnerships. I mean, they seem like they're the real deal. So I am going to say FOMO as well.
Nice. All right. Well,
first one.
cool.
All right. First one.
I think first
agree.
double FOMO. Yes,
Yeah.
I think so. That's cool.
Yeah. So that concludes this show. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for the next episode of FOMO or Pass. Take care.
See you later.
Bye.